innovation is not necessarily invention.
Yeah.
An invention is a more specific process, which young people like you aspire for, that you will make an invent. It is getting harder and harder these days. In the 18th century, 19th century, or 20th century, early parts, inventions were plenty, and they made a huge impact. Like the transistor was invented by commissioning by Bell Laboratories, but it did not have any use till Sony picked up the transistor. And the Americans always thought big is beautiful, but the Japanese thought that small is effective. It's a geographical issue. So in a Japanese house, to keep a big radio was impossible.
Yeah.
So it is driven by need. It is driven by social need, it is driven by individual need, and it is driven by what nowadays you call it as convenience. So Bell Laboratories sold it at a song. They didn't realize the value, but Sony made billions out of it. So if you look at, like, for example, when Sony made Walkman, earlier you would say that I'll walk with a big transistor and it was unimaginable, but they found that need that someone will carry it into his pocket and listen to music on the go. And like, for example, your transition from a record, which I have now, my old record, and I preserved them thinking that I would never get them. The invention was of the cassette player. The invention from the cassette player, they used plastics, which is polyester, and how the magnetic was transferred onto cassette. So it was a joy to listen to the first cassette. And then you moved on to digital. Now it's like explosive, it's like accessible, it's like huge, and it's free. Made free by what? It's not made free by something that you're not, someone else is paying for it. You understand? Nothing comes for free. So you have to get this idea that there are still needs which are, you can call it as need, and need drives innovation. And once you identify that need and you put discipline onto it, whether it's chemistry, physics, biology, there is no end to it. So, for example, Velcro, as we are now commonly seeing, it was discovered by a Swiss person from nature, from the birds which were, he accidentally saw the insect on his sweater and he tried to pull it out. Then he opened it and found that it had got more than 200 tentacles per square centimeter. He was wondering why. But then you look at this stapler or a pin, he found out that you could, if you could replicate this by plastic, that means he made 200, any Velcro, if you open and see, there are two sides to it, and they are very, very, very focused in the way that exactly that insect stuck onto his sweater. So, observation from nature alone will give you the responses that you can say that need is there. So, it's a questioning. It comes from the observations of human beings, or you are objectifying a certain requirement. So, you have GPS now. Why should we have a conflict on a piece of land if you are identifying by GPS and putting down, let us say, from satellites, artificial fences? It will save us 5,000, 10,000 crores defining the border between India and China. You can sit anywhere in the world and define a border.
Yeah.
But you need to go back to 1878 or something, when there was a line drawn by one McMahon, which defined what was the then difference between. Without that reference, you cannot simply put a straight line.
Yeah.
Which is why we call it in liberal discussions called technology and human development. Which means any human development element, you have to define it as to what could be the potential. the human being has to have less misery. Happiness is absence of misery.
Yeah.
So we have got many elements in now the modern way we can do things that you eliminate the misery. Innovation is a tool of an entrepreneur as defined by Professor Drucker. Okay, so if and what an entrepreneur sees, it's only a 20th century term. It involves the aspect of resources. Understood? So the basic resource that we confront in business, or for that matter an individual. So if you are having an ambition that you should own a 2075 square foot duplex apartment in Mangalore and your target is 90 lakhs, the people are telling you how to save for it, how to borrow and occupy that flat, isn't it? You understand economics.
Yeah.
So it's called the resource which is basic in economics is land, labor and capital. But now land is not just a piece of earth. Anything physical assets are now coming under the definition of land, including buildings, superstructures. Then the element is called labor. So you think that labor is just paying someone to dig a hole or a carpenter, and not that. Even a software engineer that is paid 60 lakhs a year, it's also nothing but labor. It's only that you call it employee benefits or something new names. It's a payout. So what is this degree of cost? That 1% earning is the cost of the businessman or the organizer. And then there is capital. And in capital again the definition earlier was just money. Now there are many forms of that capital. Not just money in the bank.
Yeah.
So all of this together, the economic term was a person who organizes these three was called the businessman. Land, labor, capital. So what does a businessman earn in profit is nothing but this combination of salary, the rent on the land that he owed. So this is the definition that we are missing out. So he gets the extra remuneration for organizing. So if you are looking at a caterer and who is serving a capacity of 1,000, basically he is an organizer. What is he not producing? You negotiate the order and say that I am giving you 340 rupees a plate. He has reduced it to simplicity. You just order, I will tell you.
Yeah.
But imagine his organization. It's the event. He has to take care of all events. So he gets his payment as an organizer. Maybe he cooks himself, or maybe he knows how to arrange a table. He is in part of the team. But that is what I am trying to convey. So beyond that now is now the new age where knowledge has become a resource. So if anybody has got 30 years experience, if you see all the Zoom conferences and all that when it is highlighted, you see his CV, this is sum total of his experiences.
Yeah.
He is demanded in 40 companies if he is choosing to. Or he will wait and go and give a consultancy for 3 days, 2 days, 1 hour, 4 hours. People will pay his work.
Yeah.
That is called as imparting experience or knowledge, which is very crucial. It is catalytic. So that is the new age now. That resources are existing. They are yours to tap into. How you convert them, that is the job of the entrepreneur, that he sees a need, whether needs of individuals, needs of society, needs, but he has to get paid for it. So on the other side is volunteerism. If you volunteer and go and you don't take it, today it is given a new term called pro bono.
Pro bono.
Yes.
Okay.
So if I go out and spend 2 hours with a charitable institution like animal care or like taking care of the old, it is my voluntary effort and I don't take for it. I do it for the pleasure of it, or I feel satisfied. And that is also entrepreneurial now. Huge. There are more revenues coming in from social organizations into social organizations than businesses these days.
Yes.
So So this is entrepreneurial is not confined to businesses. It can be belonging to governments as well, or hospitals or universities. So if a university charges 5 lakh rupees for a course, another university may be charging 12 lakh. What's the difference? Is the quality of the campus? Could be. But it is the quality of the professors and the recognition that a person passing through that university is reaching higher echelons of employability or contribution where his worth goes up. So this is entrepreneurial qualities. So the basic definition of an entrepreneur is a person who shifts the yield of a resource from a lower to a higher level. That is what Professor J.B. Say declared in 1900s when he defined it as a French word called entrepreneur. So what Professor Drucker says is, if you are having 100 cafes and you are putting the 101st cafe, it is not entrepreneurship, it is only industry, just another business. That what makes a difference is what he has magnified from the resources he has or had. That is entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I like to keep it mellow. I smoke and keep it mellow. I drink and keep it mellow. Every day I keep it mellow. Every day I keep it mellow. I smoke and